Ladies, gentlemen, gentle people, gentle gender fluid, undecided, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever piece of the space and time continuum that you currently occupy, welcome to episode 46. Apologies up front, I'm your host. This week I am identifying as Hugh Hefner. Please adjust your phones accordingly. Coming to you live 31st of January 2024. How the hell did we get here? I have a coffee in my hand. Excuse me. Coffee in my hand and two salbadine in my heart. Isn't that the old Irish phrase? Yes. Daddy has a toothache. That's not me just trying to avoid doing anything. I actually really do have a toothache. My teeth are horrible. They've been punched around for years. And now they just all want to leave my mouth at the one time. So it's a beautiful, beautiful situation to be in. So yeah, can head off to Turkey to get the whole thing done, get a scalp lift, a scrotum lift. I'm going to just lift everything up. I'll have two bowling balls down there. And that's your first mental image of the day. I'm trying to think of anything to talk to you about. Like there's like funny stuff and there's just disgusting stuff. Like I'm a former pro wrestler. Used to be a massive fan of it. Not anymore because I eventually grew up. But Vince McMahon, right, the former owner of WWF, WWE, he's been a psychopath for 100 years. Stories about it everywhere. But he's being sued because he stopped paying his non-disclosure agreement to this lady, right? And so she's bringing him to court. And obviously, anytime there's trauma involved, like it's funny because people kind of go, "Oh, this isn't surprising." Thinking, yeah, everybody has heard. If you're in any way interested in wrestling, you knew what was going on. But like it's much worse than everyone thought. You know what I mean? So, Vince, right? The two things I want to talk about today involve old men, my demographic. But yeah, so he was he had this woman, one of the women. There's loads of women, but one of the women who she's claiming he would lock her in an office. Obviously, claimed rape, claimed human trafficking, and that he made her send videos to other people, all this sort of stuff. And it's interesting the reaction, right? And it's similar to the Hugh Hefner one I'm going to talk about now, but it's interesting because as a straight man, there's very few of us that have to go through anything like that. So immediately I go, in my mind, I'm saying, okay, first time something happens that's not within your moral scale, you walk away. That's simple. People would turn around and say, well, why didn't you walk away? And you can go, well, I don't know her circumstances. I don't know if it starts consensual and then it kind of goes off a cliff. I have no idea how it all works, you see. It's interesting. Like, do you remember when your one sued Marilyn Manson? And a lot of people would say, well, yeah, what would you expect? It's Marilyn Manson. You know, but that's not the answer. The answer is maybe, you know, the person was willing to go a certain distance because they like that, and then it goes into not liking it, you know. But anyway, I don't know because I'm straight white male. But anyway, the guy is being sued. Vince is being sued. Hopefully he's not going to get put in jail. He's fucking 80. But like some of the stuff is insane. So yeah, normally when I hear things like "not all men," it drives me a bit mad. Can't really get into that here now. But yeah, psychopaths everywhere. But the slightly funnier one is the Hugh Hefner one, right? The Playboy fella. So one of his ex-wives, so the only ex-wives I know are the three he married for that show on the E! Network back in the day, right? Apparently he had a wife after them called Crystal, right? Of course it's going to be Crystal. You know, Crystal, Kendra. You know, he's not going to marry someone called Agnes But anyway, beautiful blonde Crystal, right? So she moves in with Al Hugh, explains in her new book that she's doing interviews for her. She's trying to make everyone feel sorry for her. So every night, Al Hugh would come down in his pajamas. Now, listen, if someone is wearing pajamas 24 hours a day, don't marry them because they've probably pissed themselves 100 times. So yeah, like, don't marry someone who's wearing pajamas all day. Number one. But number two, like, I'm asking again, as a male who's never going to be in this position, like, what do you think is happening? Like, Hugh Hefner's life is on display, so you know exactly what the story is. It's not a secret. So then you make the decision. Like, I might be cynical, but you're not falling in love with an 85-year-old. I'm not falling in love with Cher. Okay? Like, that's not happening. She's 80. I have nothing to talk to her about. Like, it just doesn't make... It's just ridiculous. Like, if it was the other way around, he's a gold digger. But you can't say that about women. So anyway, Crystal marries Hugh, right? It's all well and good. She gets the salary, all that. Gets in papers and whatever else, the Playboy bunnies. It happened, what used to happen. I don't know if it still does anymore. And then he dies because he's old. And all of a sudden now she releases a book. I don't know when he dies, but she releases a book, and it's, all about, how surviving Playboy, right? How tough it was. All that sort of stuff. Number one, she was more than capable of walking away. Number two, she married an 85-year-old. Now, love is love. I actually read about it last week and did a bit about it on stage, which is hilarious because she saw it because I tagged her. I just got a thumbs down. I sent laughing emojis back. It's just ridiculous. But she's doing interviews and she's talking about how, he never made me orgasm. He was same sex every night. It was odd and robotic. And you're kind of going, like, he's 85. If you marry an 85-year-old, like, he's going to be on top once every leap year. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not... It's missionary for the rest of his life, which, if you do your job right, is about 4.5 minutes after you start. But it's all of a sudden is she a victim? This is the question. And again, it's not me. When someone asks a question knowing the answer, I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking you. Is she a victim? Every single card was on the table. Everybody knew what his lifestyle was and what he was like. She willingly married the guy. Now, is she a victim because she didn't get any of the money? Am I being cynical? Can a 27-year-old love an 85-year-old? Or whatever age she is. Let's say she's 30. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You're still talking at least 45, 50 years in the difference. Like, if I marry Cher, keep talking about Cher. I'm not expecting bedroom acrobatic because she's 85, Then maybe she would, I don't know. Maybe she'd absolutely destroy me. Rub me out like, marker on the whiteboard. Maybe she would. Don't think so because she's 85. She's with some young fella as well, and you kind of go, he's working for that money, if you know what I mean. Because the poor petal, she wants to crack a hip or something, Oh, that's terrible. No. Like, she might break a hip walking down the stairs. She's 85. It's a weird one, isn't it? Love is love, But it just, whenever this Playboy woman was giving out about lifestyle in the Playboy mansion, now, I don't know, were they trapped? Maybe they were. If they were, I'm incorrect. But if she's telling me that she couldn't tell an 85-year-old, I'm not interested, I'm leaving, or overpower an 85-year-old and walk out, I find that very difficult to believe. I think a decision is made in all of these things where they kind of go, okay, I'm going to hang around here. It's worth a bit of bob for me. It's worth a little bit of exposure. I'm going to have to ride this wrinkly old man. Now, I won't have to do too much because he's 85. The last orgasm he gave a woman was 1983. So I'm fairly certain with two shakes of a lamb's tail, if you pardon the expression, it'll be all over very fast. But there you go, enough about me. Hugh and myself, we do have a lot in common. Uh, we're very odd and robotic in our love making skill, and we love wearing our pajamas all day. What a mental image that is. But yeah, isn't it a weird thing? No, I don't know. I don't know why these two stories happened this week. My algorithm's very weird. Like Instagram is a very weird thing. Like women's Instagram is a different world. Men's Instagram were easier to market to. Like so, for example, my Instagram feed when you go into the search thing, it's all Queens of the Stone Age, Green Day, Foo Fighters. That's the music. It's all Muay Thai, instructionals or fights, and it's all comedy. That's it. There's no kind of funny memes about, you know, because you go on friends' Instagrams and they show you it's all, if it's a woman, it's all memes about, I wonder what he's thinking about, or, you know, when the kid asks the dad, it's actually quite funny. There's like it's a table with 100 microphones in front of the woman and none in front of the fella. And it's like when kids ask their parents or something, you know, it's very funny. You know, it is quite funny, but it is true because no one actually listens to us. You can't say that because it's like, oh, how tough is it for you for a little white man? And I was like, do you have to use the word little there? Come on now. Feelings are feelings. But yeah, I'm rambling here again because my tooth is killing me and I'm waiting for this Palpatine to kick in. But yeah, like, the world is weird. People get out about the news and how like it's, oh, they're feeding you. Stop watching the news. The news has stopped being relevant for 100 years. You know, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, horrific. Instagram's a bit of crack because it's only pictures. Very difficult to kind of, you know, do too much damage with pictures or memes. Although people will get upset about them somewhere. But, yeah, it's just a weird old time we live in, isn't it? But no, quick one just to jump in, get the year moving again. What do we have going on this week? We've nothing on this week, gig-wise. Did a gig in Hyde, in HYDE, on Grafton Street. So if you're walking up Grafton Street towards Stephen's Green, Victoria's Secret is on the left. It's that weird laneway, and there's Lemon and Duke at the end. Hyde is on the corner. Excuse me, burp. But it was a beautiful looking spot. You go in and there's a small bar on the ground floor, and then there's a lift to floor 2, 3, and 4. So there's venues in there, right in the middle of town. Oh, it's amazing. So I got in there. So it was for some social club thing. Can't remember the name of it. So there's like poetry, music, comedy, things like that. So it was opening the show. It was great crack. Lovely, like an audience of people who want to laugh. All kind of mid-30s to their 60s, you know? No one's kind of, oh, can you not? Like everyone is aware of what's happening, that it's a comedy bit, and people just want to laugh. That was all. So it was great, really, really nice, really great gig, 22 minutes of just great fun. And then there was a bit of music, a bit of poetry, and Barry Murphy from After Match was closing the show, doing he has a character called Gunther, German, and it was just unbelievable. Went home in a great mood. So it was last week. And then kind of writing some stuff that came up during that show. So there's a Hugh Hefner bit that I haven't done, don't worry. There was a couple of other bits and pieces that just came into my head as I was up there. I'm working on them for next week. So then next Tuesday in Barrua, Stephen's Green, which is great. That's a really nice gig. It's kind of people trying new stuff, nice calm area. And then the following, or maybe it's next Thursday, I can't remember. And then the following Monday down in Galway in the King's Head. So who's heading from Bray? Sean Begley, myself, Josh O'Connell. We're driving together, so it's going to be good fun. And then we kind of roll forward, Belfast, Liverpool, Birmingham, all that sort of stuff. But it's just a bit of crack, really. But yeah, no, I hope all is well with you. I hope all is good, and I hope you understand that most of these chats are just me having a laugh. Even though I shouldn't have said it out loud every time, I really do. I got in trouble for liking. See, when I say get in trouble, you're not really getting in trouble because like social media doesn't mean anything. I think people are finding out now that cancellation is real. Andrew Schultz, an American comedian who I think has been on fire for the last maybe 2 years. Really brilliant stuff. Funny stuff. Charismatic guy. Obviously joking. Okay? Obviously joking. But he's worth a look because he puts clips up on Twitter every once in a while, whether it's crowd work or whatever. And actually, where are we now? The last day, so the 29th of February, Ziggy birthday, I'm releasing a crowd work special on YouTube, which is just all the bits of crowd work over the last year put together into one little thing. So that'll be out on the 29th of Feb. Bit of crack. But yeah, he released a bit, or he was talking, what did he say? I can't remember. Go to Andrew Schultz's Instagram, Twitter, whatever it's called, and you'll find it there. It's very, very funny. But yeah, aside from that, no news. If you're in Bray, go to Copper and Straw. If you're in a chemist, buy yourself some Solpadine. And most importantly, sorry, before we finish, I'm actually watching that Woodstock documentary again, the one about Woodstock '99. So everything that I talk about in terms of the '90s, right? You know, when you're gay for wearing certain shoes or not, or being the last to touch the door, and how barbaric the '90s was. Just watch that documentary. That encapsulates what the '90s was. So to go from that 1999 to now, you will see how far we've come as a species. That's quite impressive. Now, there's a bit of evolution to do, as we all know, but watch that three-parter on Netflix, Woodstock '99, and then think about where we are now. There we are. But listen, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe. I hope you're all happy. Let's hug those we love. Let's tolerate those we don't. And let's spend the year looking sexy in a tight pair of jeans.